So we are going to ignore the even funkier than normal funky hair. I made the mistake of letting it air dry in a towel, and that was clearly a mistake. Because now it's all poofy, and I'm like, I have so many bobby pins in trying to hold it, like, down even a little. Like, there's one back here. I'll move it maybe a little to this side. Maybe it'll be better now. I don't know. Is this better or worse? That might be better. Okay, whatever. So, anyways, hot on the heels of watching a Flintstone Christmas, it got me curious, since I saw on HBO Max there was at least one more Flintstones one, as well as a shit ton of other Hanna-Barbera ones that I'm still planning on watching and reviewing. But it got me curious, how many Flintstones ones are there? And from what I can surmise, it looks like there's 4. Yeah, yeah, there's 4. Apparently the one that I already reviewed was not the first one, even. There was one in 1964 that was just an episode of the show. I did track down somewhere to watch it online. I haven't done it yet. That'll probably be later tonight or something. But, regardless, so there's that one. Then there's the one I did. Then there's the one we're reviewing right now, the one from 1993. And there was, like, one more that I don't know the year on it that, was apparently, like, a Flintstone Christmas Carol, which I feel like I have the vaguest recollection of having seen at some point. Like, as soon as I saw, like, a thumbnail, I was like, wait, I think I do remember that. And the one we're reviewing right now is another one where I, like, super, super vaguely recall seeing it maybe, like, once, probably when it first came out. So, this one is a Flintstone family Christmas. Oh, yeah, it's moving up in the world, getting so creative with titles, right? Oh, I'm sorry, a Flintstones family Christmas, whereas the last one was just Flintstone. Singular. Yes, apparently it matters. I don't know why, but it does in the titles. So anyways. So this one, evidently, this also made me backpedal real flippin' quick to try and figure out how many of these existed and what did I miss between point A and point B between the last one and this one, where last one, Pebbles was like, I don't know, 4, 5, something like that. And now she's a mommy in this one. Wait, what the hell did I miss? Time the fuck out. Because when this one starts, like, one of the very first things that happens is Fred and Wilma get a call from Pebbles, who is now an adult, and apparently married to Bam Bam, and apparently has 2 kids with him. What the fuck? They are at O'Harestone, and they're trying to get a connecting flight to come visit. Who knows where the fuck they live now? I don't know. If anyone knows canonically any of the pieces I'm missing, please fill them in for me, because I'm kind of intrigued, because I'm like, wait, when did that happen? What? I went on a little bit of a Flintstones deep dive today trying to figure this out, and apparently there was a special where the kids appeared. And I think I see somewhere online where I can view that too, but there's also, like, one with the wedding. I feel like maybe I should watch that first. I'm like, alright, somebody just give me a list, canonically, of the Flintstones in order that they happened sequentially. Not in the order they're released, but in order that they happened in canon. Please and thank you. Because I think I apparently need to, like, fix this in my head. Apparently I missed quite a few things, or I saw them as a kid and blocked them out forever, but regardless, I did not know this was a thing. That's why I was like, wait. I had to, like, pause and, like, spend 2 or 3 hours Googling this, trying to figure out what the fuck. Just what the fuck. When did that happen? Does anyone else remember this? Like, I asked my dad, do you remember this? He's like, I don't remember them being kids, but I remember her marrying Bam Bam. I'm like, how the hell do you remember that and I don't remember that? Anyway, so there's apparently, like, some snowstorm happening, and they can't make their connecting flight yet, and they're kind of stranded, and all the holiday plans are on hold while Fred and Wilma are waiting on them to get there, and Fred is all bummed out because, oh, it just won't be Christmas without Pebbles and the kids around, and da-da-da-da-da, and I just immediately was like, again, I feel like I am missing so many pieces of the puzzle here. But regardless, one thing that they did do right off the bat this time that I commend them for, thank you so much that they actually did. Remember my big beef with the last one, that they magically had Christmas lights, yet no way of generating electricity because they're cavemen? They answered the question this time! Thank you! They used an electric eel. Because, of course they did. Of course they did. You know what? I will accept that answer. By Flintstones rules, I will accept that answer. That is valid enough for me by the way they explain things. I will take that answer. They at least tried this time. Last time they didn't, so... They also went a lot further in actually trying to come up with caveman versions of different Christmassy things this time. Again, thank you! I can tell more than 2 brain cells rubbed together to put this special together this time. Thank you! That's all I was asking. I don't ask for much with these. I mean, I know damn well they are quickly cranked out kids' cartoons. I'm not expecting a lot from them. But just a little bit of theming that goes along with the series that this is for. It's not asking a lot, and they did it this time, so alright. I will accept it. Some of the puns that they used this time were not as creative as some that I've seen the Flintstones do. They kind of just threw stone onto the end of different, like, pop culture names and expected, now it's Flintstones. Whereas it used to be, sure, sometimes they did that, but they would do, like, other rock forms of names that would fit better. I mean, they even made, like, a joke about Charles Manson, but they changed it to Manson Stone. I'm like, why didn't you just do Charles Manstone? That would have fit so much neater, but okay, whatever. Just like, what's his face, Michael Corleone? Michael Corleone Stone. I'm like, you could have done Corley Stone. Just a thought. Still, I commend them for trying. It was a little clunky, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's better than nothing. Regardless, I've been babbling for 7 minutes. We have not even gotten into the plot of this goddamn thing. So, the plot this time is that they're all looking forward to Pebbles and Bam Bam and apparently the grandkids that magically exist now, coming there to celebrate Christmas with them. But what's this? There is a wayward youth who rips off Fred. He doesn't know that he's a wayward youth. He doesn't even know he's a kid at first, because it's a kid standing on top of another kid in a Santa suit who holds him up at gunpoint. Even though it's a stick. It's a literal stick-up. I'm sorry, I had to. They didn't even make the joke. They made a different pun that was even cringier than that, but they didn't make that one. Come on, give me this one. So anyways, yeah, he's able to pick him up out of a lineup and everything, and Fred is totally overdramatic about wanting to throw the book at him and da-da-da-da-da, this, that, and the other, because of course he does. He's Fred, he has to overreact to everything. And then in walks this social worker, who apparently is very well acquainted with Stony, is his name. Apparently he's been bad since he was a baby, and has pretty much been kicked out of every foster home he has ever been placed with, because he's just so bad, and has had a criminal record literally since infancy. It's like, oh my god, like, they actually go there and, like, show it, but, so he's just a bad kid who doesn't know anything better. So this social worker is voiced by Didi Khan, and I knew damn well the second she opened her mouth the first time, I was like, that's Miss Stacy. That's Miss Stacy. Even though most of you are like, that's Frenchie. I'm like, Shine Time Station, that's Miss Stacy. Anyway. To me, she'll always be Miss Stacy first, not Frenchie. But, hell, I'll even put Raggedy Ann above Frenchie because I saw that before Grease as well. But anywho, beside the point, it was just really weird seeing Didi Khan's voice coming out of, like, a black character. I was like, wait, okay. Not the voice I would have put with that character, but alright, I'll go with it. we're going with it. It so didn't fit the characterization that they drew in, but alright, whatever. There's like a million people who could have done this voice that would have fit better, but at the same time, I love Dee Con, so I'm not complaining. It's always kind of a comfort when I hear her voice pop up, but anywho, so she wants to just take this boy down to juvie, da-da-da-da-da, but Wilma feels bad for him, and aw, nobody should have to spend Christmas in jail, da-da-da-da-da. Fred, can't we keep him, at least for the holidays? Fred! She does it better than that, but this is my very bad interpretation. So, somehow Wilma manages to twist his arm into letting this kid come home with them. Especially since Pebbles and Bam Bam aren't there yet, may as well have some kid around because reasons? I don't know. Reasons. We wouldn't have a special if not for this plot device, so fine. They let him into the house, and within moments, he is teaching Fred how to steal cable, and basically has the Flintstones version of the Naughty Channel. I was like, did they really just do that? Then again, this is 1993, so I mean, this is kind of like Warner Brothers level jokes here. I mean, I would have expected this joke from, like, the Animaniacs, rather than, like, the Flintstones. I was like, what just happened? This feels wrong. But then again, Pebbles and Bam Bam have kids, so I mean, apparently somebody's been thinking about cavemen doing stuff. But regardless, I was just like, and this kid's like, what? Like, teeny, and he knows how to, oh god, this is bad. Regardless, so Fred is pissed over him doing that. I was like, nope, I choose what we watch, and we're watching, basically the caveman version of It's a Wonderful Life. And he, of course, is crying over how beautiful it is and how it gets him every time. And Stoney's just like, it's not that way for me. And then it has in his brain his reimagining of the same scene that Fred just watched, except instead of being a touching scene, oh, he himself shows up at the door and gets the door slammed in his face because, oh, nobody in a nice neighborhood wants to think about stuff like that at a nice time of year like this, da-da-da-da-da. So it basically gives a little bit of backstory of why Stoney is such a bad kid, because nobody even wants to give him a chance just because, you know, he's an orphan, so he has to be bad and fight for everything he's got, da-da-da-da-da. That old chestnut. But anyways, so gives a little backstory. On one hand, kind of unnecessary. On the other hand, no, I get it. I get why they included it. So it was just a little bit cringe the way that they did it. I was like, you could have done that a little better than that. I can think of at least 3 ways this scene could have gone down that would have been a little better than that, but that's just me. Regardless, I'm not the one writing it, so it doesn't matter. But just saying. But, so, he, basically, I'm trying to remember what happens next in it. Boy, my short-term memory sucks. I just watched this earlier. They decide they're gonna go get a tree, and he's like, oh, hey, give me $20, I can get you a tree, like, a steal of a deal. Okay, $20, alright. And he's back in seconds with, like, a fully decorated tree and everything. And Fred's like, that's the most beautiful tree I've ever had in this house. How'd you do that with only $20? And Barney walks over, hey, that's my tree! Because Stoney's bad. We just have to keep driving home the point that he's bad, but at the same time, it's trying to illustrate he's bad, but his heart is in the right place. So basically, it's like a whole comedy of errors of different things like this, where he means well, but the way that he goes about things just fucks them up more and more and more and gets them into trouble. And Fred's trying to teach him, like, a better way of going about things than the way he does them. Like, he even gets his ass kicked by, like, a big-ass guy because he defended Stoney when no one else in his life has ever defended him ever. Yep. So, instead of Fred being able to play Santa in the parade, nope, he's in the hospital because he got his ass kicked so hard, and Mr. Slate is like, nope, the health of our employees is more important than some parade, so you're staying here, da 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 da. And now Fred's all bummed because this parade meant so much to him because at least Pebbles and Bam Bam could have seen him in this parade by the time they got here, and da 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 da. So Stony decides, oh no, the one guy who's ever been nice to me, I have to do something to make this right, I'll get him his job back. So he hijacks Mr. Slate and kidnaps him and locks him up in Fred's bathroom, and somehow Fred gets arrested for this. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know. I don't know. They both go to jail for it. And Fred is trying to explain, again, right from wrong, and that he gets that he means well, and that he's not such a bad kid. It's just the way he does things. That, there's ways you could still do the right thing without doing this, that, and the other, da-da-da-da-da, and getting yourself into trouble, and he's finally starting to get it when somebody comes along to bail Fred out of jail. But oh, here comes the social worker to take Stony somewhere. I don't even know where they're planning to take it, just away. Away. Because, see, this went just like every other placement we've ever had with you. Da-da-da-da-da. And Fred's like, wait, don't take him. I want him. Long story short, Fred ends up, bailing on the parade partway through the parade when he, catches a glimpse of Stony at, a traffic light with the social worker, and he's like, nope, I'm just gonna go hijack this kid. He's mine now. I just adopted him like that, but by stealing him from a social worker. I don't know if Stony was ever seen again beyond this special, so I don't know if he just adopted him for Christmas and then gave him back. I don't know if canonically he just adopted him. I don't know. Again, anyone who knows the canon of Flintstones better than me, which I imagine plenty of people do, please tell me, was Stony ever seen or heard from again beyond this special? Because I have a feeling he probably wasn't, but maybe. Maybe it was like the Brady Bunch when there was suddenly another kid that wasn't there to start with, and ratings dropped in here. Add another kid, because ratings boost. Woo. Oh, gosh. Anyway. Yeah, that. He makes it into their Christmas family photo and everything. Even without, Pebbles and Bam Bam, I think. Because I think they weren't there yet. And by the time they do show up, oh, he's teaching Pebbles and Bam Bam's kids how to gamble. Even though they're literal infants. Yep. It be like that. I was like, oh, okay. The one thing that just kind of, threw the theming more than a little for me was the way they made Stony look. I get that this was made in the 90s, but they dressed him like it's the 90s, even though everything else is caveman times. He has a fucking earring and everything and a backwards baseball cap. And just, okay, you can't have everyone else looking like just normal cavemen like you always do, and then this one random kid looks like he's out of the 1990s that doesn't fit here. Yeah, that. My only real big complaint was that, honestly. But overall, I mean, that aside, all my confusion about the sudden appearance of grandchildren for the Flintstones, I did like this one. I thought it was cute. It was kind of touching in moments, in a weird-ass way, but I thought it was cute. I'll give it that. And I could tell they tried more on this one, so I can appreciate that too. This was kind of like the whole Hanna-Barbera renaissance of the 90s period, leading up to, the Cartoon Network days before the sudden downfall, but anyway, I liked it. I did like this one. I'm kind of hoping Flintstones Christmas Carol is also in the same vein of, cute, and that they actually tried, versus that weird 70s one that we probably should never, think of or talk about again. But, yeah, that. I also really don't know what to expect from the 60s one, but I'm not expecting much, since it's just, a random episode of the show. And apparently it's like so buried in the internet to even find this one that, yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one being anything great. I do know of one place it's up, but I had to do some deep digging to get to it. But, yeah, I'm hoping the other one will be good though, so. Anyways, that's it for this one. I would say that this one's worth watching at least. If you should find it, yeah, this one's worth your time. Even if just to give a one watch up or just to say you've seen it, this one's more worth it. But yeah. So anyways, that's it for this one. You guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, bye-bye.